how Shakira turned Mexico City into her kingdom. On paper, the headline sounds simple. Shakira performed a free show in Mexico City, 400,000 people showed up, new attendance record. Everyone sang, everyone cried, everyone went home happy. Cute, inspirational, sprawl. But pause, because if you really think about it, something about this feels almost unreal. 400,000 people don't just show up. Not accidentally, not casually, not in a world where attention spans are 6 seconds long and half the population claims they're too tired to go anywhere. Yet the Zócalo, Mexico City's historic main square, was packed, overflowing, streets flooded, buildings wrapped in bodies. It became the most attended concert in the capital's history. History. Not this year, not this tour, ever. And it was free. That word is doing a lot of heavy lifting. Shh, turn the volume up but keep it low. This is rap deepest secrets, the one place the labels can't control, exposing the codes, the cover-ups, the real cost of fame. Help us to monetization by subscribing. Now back to the video. The Zócalo is not just a plaza, it's symbolic ground. Political rallies happen there, national celebrations happen there. It's the heart of Mexico City, the kind of place that carries weight even when it's empty. So when Shakira stepped onto that stage for a 2-hour set, she wasn't just performing songs, she was standing in a place that represents power, identity, and national memory. And this wasn't her first time. Back in 2007, she held a free show there that already broke records. That crowd was massive. This time, she nearly doubled it, which raises the first real question. What changed? Because artists don't usually grow that dramatically 15+ years into their careers. They plateau, they fade, they tour nostalgia. But Shakira didn't just maintain relevance, she escalated. Let's be honest, the industry loves to crown new queens every 5 minutes. It thrives on next up, it feeds on replacement cycles, youth obsession, trend obsession, and yet here's Shakira, decades into her career, pulling 400,000 people into one square without charging a peso. That's not normal. That's not algorithm luck. That's infrastructure. Fans traveled from across Mexico just to be there, not because they had to, not because they bought tickets months ago, because it felt like a once-in-a-lifetime moment. And here's the twist. It probably was. For 2 hours, she ran through classics like Hips Don't Lie, La Tortura, and Waka Waka, alongside newer tracks from her Las Mujeres Ya No Lloran era. Outfit changes, surprise moments, energy that didn't look borrowed or forced. But here's what made it different. This wasn't a nostalgia act. This wasn't remember me. This was I never left. There's a difference. One begs, the other declares, and the crowd responded like they already knew which one it was. This is the moment in the video where the story shifts. If you're watching and you're not subscribed yet, this is exactly why this channel exists. We don't just replay headlines, we decode power moves. Hit subscribe right now because what happened in Mexico City wasn't charity, it was strategy, and the twist explains everything. Now, let's keep going. Free removes excuses. When tickets cost money, attendance can be explained. When it's free, turnout becomes emotional. 400,000 people chose to be there. That's cultural gravity. And gravity at that scale doesn't happen by accident. Think about logistics alone. Security, sound, coordination with city officials, planning at a near governmental level. You don't pull off something like that unless the city believes you're worth the disruption. That says something. Mexico has always had a deep relationship with Latin pop, but this crowd size, this intensity, this wasn't just fandom, it felt national. Shakira isn't Mexican, she's Colombian, yet that night Mexico City treated her like family. That doesn't happen unless the artist has embedded themselves into people's lives over time. Weddings, road trips, breakups, childhood memories. Her catalog isn't just music, it's timeline markers. And here's where the suspense creeps in. Was this a thank you, or was it a reminder? Because free concerts at this scale do something subtle. They reset hierarchy. They remind the industry who can still mobilize cities. This wasn't about numbers, it was about narrative control. In recent years, Shakira's name has lived in headlines for reasons beyond music. Public relationships, very public breakups, very public reinvention. The industry loves drama. It packages it, it monetizes it. But this show shifted the story back to where she has power. Music, crowds, presence. No interview could do that. No statement could do that. No chart statistic could compete with 400,000 humans physically proving loyalty. That's the kind of image that rewrites perception overnight. Let's be honest for a second. Gen Z claims they don't idolize celebrities like older generations did. They say they're detached, skeptical. It's not that deep. But 400,000 people standing shoulder to shoulder in a plaza says otherwise. Turns out connection still matters. Turns out legacy still matters. Turns out when the right artist shows up at the right moment, people move. Who knew? Years from now, people won't remember the exact set list order. They won't remember which outfit came first, but they'll remember this: Shakira standing above a sea of people in the Zocalo, proving she could still stop a city. That image becomes history, and history doesn't care about trends. Here's what I've learned watching moments like this. Relevance isn't about being the loudest voice in the room. It's about being the one people are willing to leave their homes for. It's about building trust over decades, so when you call, people answer. Shakira didn't demand attention. She created a moment that felt bigger than herself. That's why it worked. On the surface, it was just a free concert. Underneath, it was a power check. 400,000 people gathered in one of the most symbolic spaces in Mexico and reminded the industry of something simple. Legends don't fade quietly, they escalate. And if you're here for breakdowns like this, the meaning behind the movement, the strategy behind the spectacle, subscribe to the channel, because we're not here for gossip, we're here for context. And moments like this, they're never just about the music, they're about who still has the power to move a city. And Shakira just proved she does.